Let me ask you from the interviewer seat. So I get to do this podcast, and I often have to think about giving a large platform and having a conversation with very controversial figures. And the level of controversy has been slowly increasing. What's the role of this medium to you? This medium of speech between two people and me speaking with a controversial figure, me or some other interviewer. What's the role of giving platform to controversial figures? Say members of the KKK or dictators, people who are seen as evil.
Well, we want to face the world with reality. And the reality is that there are some unpleasantnesses in the world. Running from genocide right through to ordinary discrimination, to offensiveness. It's the real world as we know it exists. Are we afraid to say it? Do we want to make people think that we live in a world where those words are not used, where those animosities don't exist? The answer is no.
But you can whitewash, you can normalize the use of those words, and you can whitewash the acceptability of certain leaders. So, for example, interviewing Hitler in 1938, 1935, 1936, 1937, 38, those are all different dynamics there. But you can normalize this person and in so doing create enormous harm.
Well, see, I don't see it as normalizing. I see it as exposing. If more people had taken Mein Kampf seriously, Franklin Roosevelt would have acted much sooner. He only got us into the war, asked Congress to get us into the war, when the Japanese made the mistake of attacking Pearl Harbor. But there were some people in the State Department, there were some people in the administration who were trying to get Roosevelt to see what Hitler was really like, and he was blind to it. And this was one of the greatest presidents the United States ever had. He was blind to it until the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. So I think that words, unpleasant ideas as expressed by words, are essential for communicating fact and truth and reality. And that's why I think that we should not whitewash language. We should not whitewash the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was pretty close to MIT.
And Harvard.
Reality actually means something.
Yeah, but from the role of the interviewer, that's something I have to think a lot about. Whether interviewing Hitler, you said exposing. I think it's hard to know what Hitler's like in a room, but it's also hard to know. I've never met Jeffrey Epstein. It's hard to know what Jeffrey Epstein is like in a room. But I imagine to some degree they're charismatic figures. So exposing them in the interview setting is not an easy task.
Well, interviewing is not an easy job.
Yeah.
It's not a good idea to have an interviewer be an idiot.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I know why you're looking at me directly as you say it. I appreciate that, Harvey.